What's up, guys? So, yeah, it's basically Sunday now, but today was just a day for me to spend with friends and be outside before his rain's coming. And so I was trying to make the best of it. But today's video is about my devotionals that I had today and the verse of the day for me. And they just really hit me square in the face. And they really pertain and connect with things I'm going through and dealing with right now. I'm struggling with finding confidence and getting over fears and doubts and what ifs and what will be. The verse for today was Isaiah 53:6, and it says, "We are all like sheep. We go astray and we go on our own paths. And yet the Lord still takes our iniquity and puts it on him." That's saying God takes our failures and our stubbornness and our sins, and he puts it on himself. Even though we're ignoring him, he still takes all that on him. So we can have joy and happiness. But yet we still struggle with fears and doubts and anxiety and depression and still try to do things our own way because we're missing the big point. We can't do things on our own. We can't handle all these emotions and feelings on our own. They're so much bigger than us. We are our own worst enemies because we are selfish people as humans. And we let things get so big and bad where, especially for me, they blow up in your face and hurt people and ruin things. And it's what's caused this journey for me. Figuring out what the heck I'm doing, why I've been so selfish and stubborn, and honestly neglected God and neglected others, my friends, my family, my loved ones. And I started asking God for help because I suck at communicating and being open and vulnerable. And it's not easy. And it's still not going to be easy, but I'm trying. I've asked God for peace and understanding. And my devotionals today are just on point. We have to stay patient. His timing is perfect. He has a plan for us. Everything's already mapped out. But we literally have to turn to him and say, "I'm here. I'm ready to go on this journey with you." God knows the plans he has for us. He's going to prosper us. Gives us a hope for a future. But we have to be vulnerable and ask for help. From friends, from family, from peers, from loved ones, from God. We have to lay it all on the line. Relationships are hard. Whether it be with family, friends, a dating relationship with God is hard. Because we try to do a lot of things of our own and we don't talk about things. And it causes a lot of stress. But the biggest stress comes when we ignore God and all these emotions build up and get the best of us. And we get pain and anxiety and depressed. And just because we're going our own way. We're not living through him. We're not living with him. It's tough to take the high road and ask for help and talk or listen. But I'm trying daily. I'm no way perfect. I'm no way here to preach or say, "Hey, you're wrong and I'm right." I'm I'm failing every day, but I'm still trying. God grows our character through hardships and pain and adversity, but yet we try to put a purpose on that pain, saying this is happening because of this and that in our daily lives. But really it's happening because we're ignoring God. We're ignoring His plan. We're ignoring His signs. You have to be able to communicate. You have to be able to communicate with God so you can communicate with your friends and your family and your relationships. You have to be vulnerable. You have to be open. You have to be willing to try. There are always going to be hills and mountains and darkness in our way. But we have to take every day, step by step, inch by inch, whether we're climbing the mountaintop or we're climbing through darkness to that light. Each day is a constant battle. But in the end, as long as Christ is in us and with us, there's peace. Because He's present. Peace is Christ's presence in our lives. So we have to lay down our fears and our doubts and anxiety. Lay them down at His feet and ask for help. Be humble. It's so hard to do. Be humble. But it'll make a difference. God says in Jeremiah 29:11, "For I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you, do no harm, but to give you hope in the future." And I stated that earlier in the video, but it's so true. He has a plan. We just have to be willing and able and vulnerable to see it. We have to walk with God daily. We have to pray to God, ask for guidance, ask for wisdom. Because everything is not going to be easy. Every day is not going to be a cakewalk. But we have to take the high road. God creates beauty during the most gruesome times. He creates art out of darkness. He brings light through tribulations. Talk. Ask for help. Be vulnerable. Admit your faults. Admit your weaknesses. It's worth it. And don't lose hope. There's always light at the end of the tunnel. You're going to make it to that mountaintop. Every day is a constant battle. But when you reach the peak or you reach that light, you're going to look back and realize all of it was worth it. Everything that you went through made you who you are at the end. And that's what God's trying to show us. Trust Him. Obey Him. He's got this. He's still writing our story. And He has so much in store for us. Hope you'll have a good night. See you all tomorrow.